You want to hear something cool? So Friday evening, my daughters, they get their allowance. Saturday morning, they wake up, they go to Circle K, they come back, they have their snacks and stuff. And my youngest daughter, she hands me these sunglasses. These sunglasses cost $7.44. That's not a lot to all of us, right? But to her, that was her last. She handed me these sunglasses and said, Daddy, I was thinking about you. I think that you will look nice in these sunglasses, these $7.48 sunglasses. And it was the best thing I've received in a long time. Now, I've received things that cost hundreds of dollars. I'm talking about people give me stuff. You hear what I'm saying? But this, the kindness, man. So I promised her I'll wear these sunglasses today on this video. And no, I don't have a black eye. I don't have a black eye. I'm just wearing them because she just made me feel so good with these sunglasses. These sunglasses will forever be in my reality. You hear what I'm saying? Whenever I'm feeling down or anything, I'm gonna look at these sunglasses. These sunglasses is a part of my reality now. It's not about the price, it's about the energy and the love that was behind it. SR&BG and be as wise as serpents, man. No more Mr. Nice Guy. When I was young, I was taught to be a nice guy. Look, it was so cold. My mom's taught us to be the nice guy to the people that was beating us too. I never understood that. I always felt that, yeah, it's cool to be as gentle as a dove, but what about the wise as a serpent part? I wasn't taught that when I was young. I was taught that if they're older than me, be quiet. If they're white, be quiet. Speak real quick. Speaking of being white, you know, in the conscious community, people talk about receipts and stuff. You need your receipts, right? You know what their receipts is? A white man saying the same thing that they say. Yeah, a guy in the conscious community, his receipts to everything he says is a white man just saying the same thing, because you know that people that look like me, they don't believe it until people that look like Pat Sajak says it. You understand what I'm saying? Now check it out. For years, growing up, I was taught to just be as gentle as a dove. And I was disappointed every single damn time, man. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you and your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. You gotta speak up. I was one of them people that was timid. If you was older than me, then you was right. Even if I was right and you disagreed, just by you being an elderly, you right. You feel what I'm saying? Seniority, it outweighs anything that I come with. You hear what I'm saying? Authority. Oh, if you up in a church, if this person is in a church, if this person is a pastor, and you say something against him, you bad. Doctors, lawyers, professionals, don't say nothing. Don't argue. Be quiet. Stand in a straight line. This is what I was taught. This is what the majority of people was taught. And as I got older, and I was out in the world, I tried to be a good guy. A lot of times I tried to be a good guy, especially to white people. I was disappointed, man. To my people, I was disappointed, man. I tried to be a gentleman to certain people. I remember I was in Atlanta and I asked this woman, hey, you want me to pay for your kids and you, the McDonald's right there, because they was opening up the sack lunch. She cussed me out and all. No more Mr. Nice Guy. But I'm always going to be kind to the chosen and the ones that deserve it. You know why? Because The ones that deserve it, they receive it. If you give just a piece of bread to one of the righteous, they're going to love you. Look at these sunglasses my daughter gave me. They're not $100 sunglasses or nothing like that. They just came from Circle K, but me being righteous, I received that. I love that. And this is how you can tell when you being kind to a righteous person versus a snake, versus an NPC, serpent seed, a damn narcissist, whatever you want to call them. They don't receive it. Your kindness is a weakness to them. I remember I would offer people something and they'll be so shocked. They'll be like, what you giving me? They not even used to people being kind to them. And I'm walking around being kind to these fools because I was taught to be kind. And every time I get disappointed, not no more, man. There was a time when I didn't speak up for myself. It was like I was in like a little corner, man. Even though I knew the damn right answer, man, I knew it. And I walk away disappointed, man, because I'm like, why didn't I just speak up? No more, man. That can be dangerous. They know that we're like this. They know that we're empaths. They know that all we want to do is just get along and teach people and vibe high. They know this, but that's a weakness to their ass. It's not like me looking at it, you vibing high, you sharing, and I'm looking like, look, you a righteous person, you get the blessings. Hell no, they look at it like you stupid. They look at it like, look, he giving up all his food. If you break bread with somebody, they be like, look, he ain't gonna have that much to eat. He's stupid. You hear what I'm saying? Let me tell you a couple of times I had to speak up. I had to. Listen, my woman, she gets arrested. Now I have my baby. My baby is about 5 months at the time. 5 months, newborn baby, right? I got the baby, and the grandmother, she lived in Long Beach, downtown Long Beach, just a little ways up. So one morning she calls me up and she said, on a Friday evening, she called me up and say, hey, I know that you got your hands full, you got your business and you got the baby and all of this. I could take the baby from you for a little while you handle your business, and you can come get her and all of that. And I said, cool. I was wondering how I was going to ask her for that shit. And she said, okay, all I need is the immune shot thing and the cards, the medical cards and all of that. And I'm so excited. I'm packing up my daughter. I done already had her for like a week while my woman was in the female county jail. I done already had her, business was slowing down. I couldn't move around. You hear what I'm saying? My hands was full. So I'm like, bam, I'm back in business. Got a baby, got a babysitter, all of this, all of that, all of that. She said, the only thing is, can you go visit my daughter tomorrow, which is my baby mom? And I don't do that. But she scratched my back. I'm going to scratch hers. Okay. Saturday morning, that was Friday evening. Saturday morning, I wakes up. I get dressed and everything. I'm clean, everything. I'm happy. I'm feeling it in my stomach, the nervousness though. I know that something is in the air, but I don't know. I'm just going. I'm just happy. I'm about to make some deliveries later on. You hear what I'm saying? I go to the county jail. I give them my ID. I sit down, and like 6 big, anybody that ever been to the county jails and stuff, I'm talking about the big deputies. The shacks. The white ones, the black ones with the big 30-inch arms, they came to me. Soon as I seen them coming and they was looking at me, I already knew. They was like, stand up. I stood up. They wasn't aggressive or nothing, because I wasn't. But they, and then they took me to the back. I got arrested. I went to jail. It was just Metro tickets. Only Metro tickets. So I'm like, I'm used to this. The house is locked. The baby is with the grandmama. I'm all good. I'm going to be out in a couple of days. While I was up in there, I went to court, and it was this mysterious lady up in the audience. And I was like, I seen her from somewhere. And then I had to go to another court because I had train tickets. Like, if you get a train ticket in Compton, you got to go to Compton court. If you get a train ticket downtown LA, you got to go to LA court. If you get a train ticket in Long Beach, and I had train tickets all over that damn place, right? So listen, they got me for like 4 train tickets. So every day I wake up, go to the court line, go to Long Beach and whack that one off. Go to Compton, whack that one off. And then when I got to the LA court, right? They was talking all of this court stuff, and I already knew what I was there for. My public defender was an old white lady. And then the judge was like, do you plead guilty or no contest and all of that? And if you plead not guilty, then you got to go back to the county and fight the court, the train tickets. Everybody that ever got train tickets already know, look, just say that you did it, and he's going to give you a fine, and that's it. Don't try to fight this shit, right? It's not worth fighting. A train ticket. How about my public defender when he came to me? She said, we'd like to schedule it for like 2 weeks, and he plead not guilty to this. And I was just sitting there, and the judge was saying stuff, and I'm listening to her because my faith is in her, and I'm taught to listen and let these people guide me like I'm some type of damn ox or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I woke up out of that and I was like, hold on. You lying. I didn't say that. And I told the judge, right now, I want to plead guilty to this thing. And she said, no, he don't want to plead guilty. And could you believe that my damn public defender was against me and she was going against my call, and the judge was still going to go with her? And I said, Your Honor, this is being recorded, and me representing myself says that I am guilty. This is the first time that I was the guiltiest guy. I said that shit to the top of my lungs, and I looked in the audience, and that lady was there. So the judge was like, all right, if you want to plead guilty, ma'am, you can't, override what he's saying. So, okay, it's dismissed and all that. She was disappointed. She called me an asshole. The public defender, after that, she came and looked at me and said, you asshole. And then this one gangbanger dude, he leaned up and was like, man, you talking too much, man. You should let her say what's up. I said, shut your ass up. You working for them, man. Know what the hell I'm doing? I got up out of there, right? Listen, I know this story is a little long, but you got to listen because I got another one. I gets out. I'm trying to think about how I'm going to explain this to the grandmama so she can keep the baby a little longer so I can handle business. But when I come to her house is full of her relatives, and I'm like, let me hold my baby, and they grab the baby, and now it's like I can't even see my daughter. It was all a setup. Come to find out, the grandmama called up to the county jail. That's why she needed the shot records, all of that. While I was in the county jail, she went to file custody, guardianship for my daughter. That's why they was trying to keep me in the county jail. Guess who was in her house that night? That mysterious lady in the audience. And I looked, I was like, you. And she gave me a grin like, see, this is how witches work. This is how they kidnap your kids right in front of you, right, legally. She was like, and I was like, you was following me. All of my court dates, I seen you. You the reason that the public defender wanted to keep me there. And they gave me some papers, a big stack of papers, and said that she got custody of the child, right? And I'm like disappointed. I went to go talk to people. My homeboy OB, he told me to call the police. I usually wouldn't have did this, but I'm glad that I did because I called the police. The police came up there. The police wanted to see her papers of guardianship. Come to find out, the court date was the next day. If I still would have been in jail on that damn train ticket, or if I didn't listen to my boy OB to tell me to call the police, then I wouldn't have even knew. You see, this is how these wicked witches work. And it always works because we never speak up. Remember, this is what this video is about. I could have been quiet. I could have been up in jail, just quiet, up in the courthouse. And you know how many people, the public defender, they grab that ring on their nose and guide their ass like an ox. Miss Woman, I didn't tell you to say that I was innocent of this shit. You hear what I'm saying? Come to find out, long story short, I went to court the next day and one thing led to another and I got my daughter. I still was handling a business a little bit. It slowed down almost to a screeching halt, but I was able to raise my daughter for a whole year and like 3 months. You hear what I'm saying? I was blessed. And that was because I spoke up and I said, oh, hell no. No, gentle as a dove, as wise as a serpent. Nah, get up and speak for yourself, man. Don't just let them just guide your ass like you some type of animal just because they have some type of authority or something. Because I tell you right now, and a lot of they ass don't be knowing a lot of shit. A lot of they ass got the cheat sheets to graduate college, man. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these damn professionals is dumb as shit. Let me tell you another time, and then I'm out. So my woman, she's pregnant with my son, my first son, Nick Jr. And she goes in. We goes in. It's a weird day anyway. We dropped my 2 girls off at my mom's house, and it's a weird day. I didn't have to worry about my mom setting me up to take my kids because she didn't even want my damn kids, right? She'll give your damn kids back. You hear what I'm saying? So we left my 2 daughters there and we went to St. Mary's up in Long Beach to have my son, right? So we sitting there and chilling and, you know, they got her hooked up to different things and stuff like that because they're about to induce her, right? So a nurse came up in there and she started feeling her stomach and she said, oh, we're going to have to do a C-section. And then I said, okay. I done heard about that before and all of that. I'm familiar with that. And then she started feeling, and then an energy came off of her like a sad, like, oh, no. And that's when I woke up. Like in the courtroom, I was just sitting there, just on the program of letting a person in a suit and tie or a person in some scrubs or some shit tell me what the reality is, and I accept it just because they have on an authority, a title of authority. I woke up out of that damn shit, and I said, what indicates that she need a C-section? And she was like, oh, because the baby head is perpendicular and all of these words. I said, man, say it in English. And then she started saying, and I said, where? Show me what you talking about. And I said, that's where the baby head was 2 days ago when she went to the hospital. They did the ultrasound and everything. Nobody just come and touch a damn stomach. Now, I didn't have babies before. I done been around females that done had babies, all of that. And ain't nobody just come and touching no damn stomach to get no damn C-section. And she looking at me mean and mad. And she like, no, she's going to sign for a C-section or it's going to be a bad delivery. And I'm like, she ain't going to sign for no damn C-section until you get a doctor up in here with a damn ultrasound. And she got so mad, she stormed off and she was replaced by another nurse. And I told the other nurse, she said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Look, she said this out her mouth. I ain't got nothing to do with that. What I feel feels fine. And we had the baby naturally. I went and I told one of my homegirls. And she said, oh, they did my sister like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is a scam or some shit? She said, yeah, you just saved your woman from from like $85,000 or some shit. I'm like, what you talking about? So she said, yeah, okay. When you having a regular childbirth, what they give you a epidural, probably an IV or something, 2 days, 3 at the most inside of the hospital, and that's it. Probably a couple of little small level pain pills. That's it. If you have a C-section, that runs it up. The anesthesiologist, the surgery, the damn morphines and all of the big time, that's a damn opening you up, putting your uterus right there. And that's a real damn surgery. So it's gonna run it. And I'm like, girl, my girl, the homegirl, you mean to tell me that if you don't have insurance, like they like that big money insurance, they get that money out your ass one way or another? She said, hell yeah. They just do a surgery on your ass. Yeah. And I said, well, I'd be damned, you see. What if I didn't speak up? What if I just would have sat there and been like, yeah, she need a C-section? You know how many people probably got C-sections and didn't even need that shit? Now, I know that there's people that need it. There's babies that's breached. There's twins. Now, my twin boys, they got a C-section. But I understand. Look, we knew that she was going to get a C-section like in her 3rd trimester, because they wasn't shifting. They wasn't in the same sack. They had different sacks. That's a good thing. They was twins in different sacks. But one of them was breached and the other one was, she needed a C-section. And when the doctor told me, I said yes. So don't think that I'm just down in medical practices and stuff like that. What I'm saying is this damn woman came up in there and tried to do something foul. And when I spoke up, which you better always speak up. I'm telling you, you better always speak up. You hear what I'm saying? They expect you to be nice. They expect you. They know that you was taught. You was taught to just sit there and be quiet and just accept that shit and let them cut open your woman or take your child away. You better speak up. You hear what I'm saying? You better speak up. I'm glad that I did. Just imagine the different people that got different surgeries and they sitting there. Just imagine the immigrant that's afraid to speak up because they don't want to, ruffle too many feathers, or they want to be low key. They just want their child to just come in. They child got the appendicitis or something like that. And then the doctor come up in there and say they need to take out one of their damn kidneys because this then jumped over to, you better get some damn proof. I'm telling you right now, man, this is an evil, sick world, and our kindness is only reserved for the ones who's kind from now on, man. If they not kind, man, you tell their ass to their damn face. Don't never let nobody just guide you along like a damn ox. Look, still to this day, I can't imagine if I was to just sit back and just let that damn woman just ruin my life with telling that judge that. And I just sit there and accept it. Because I was taught that attorneys and public defenders and judges and all of this shit is look, they the power, so I just gotta look, they right. Nope, not no more. Not no more. Them people are stupid as hell too. They be alcoholics. They be popping mollies. I'm talking about doctors, lawyers. I'm talking about judges, alcoholics. Hell no, they ain't about to run my life and make decisions on my life. If it's going against the grain, speak up. All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Peace.